With cruise lines doubling down on private destinations in the Bahamas, and with the rivalry between Royal Caribbean and MSC Cruises starting to heat up, today we're going to be taking a look at the private destinations Coco Cay versus Ocean Cay. From food and drinks to activities and even nightlife, we're going to find out what makes these two islands so incredible and which one is the right for you. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon. If you're a cruise nerd like myself and you like videos like this, ship spotting, live streams, and even more, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button down below and leave a like to let YouTube know that you enjoyed today's video. But let's go ahead and dive in. And to first start out with, both of these islands couldn't be more different than one another, especially when you first step off of the ship. In Coco Cay, you're greeted by a massive water park and what feels like a high energy theme park almost. Whereas when you step off the ship in Ocean Cay, we're going to be looking at beautiful sand, nice peaceful beaches, and there's even a marine reserve there. Everything in Coco Cay is screaming fun and excitement, whether it be the water park hosting the largest water slide in North America, to drop slides, to raft slides, and even some pools and a wave pool, and then adults only hideaway beach club where you have the fun, exciting, and loud party atmosphere, or even Oasis Lagoon where there's fun for all ages. I feel like a good but weird comparison would be Disney World versus a natural park, because with all of that with Coco Cay, whereas Ocean Cay is going to be a much more laid back and relaxed atmosphere with soft music, white natural sand, and just a very calm atmosphere. And that's solely your first impression. Coco Cay is going to be very exciting and high energy, whereas Ocean Cay is going to be very relaxed. But let's just focus on the beaches for now, because we are the Bahamas and we are in a private island, so what better way to spend the day than at the beach? And there are several different beaches on each of these islands. In Coco Cay, the first one that you're going to come across is going to be Chill Island as you first come off of the pier. This will be your typical beach day experience with loungers everywhere to put your things, and also just nice white sandy beaches with some easy access into some shallow water. But then on the other side of the island, we have South Beach, hence the name. On the south side of the island is a little bit more active, where you're going to find things like sports, like some basketball hoops, some beach volleyball, and of course some bars and music. Now you can also find that throughout the island as well, but it seems to be very prevalent here in South Beach. And then we also have the Coco Beach Club, which is actually a little bit more of a premium offering, as you do have to pay to get in there. But this is actually home to the overwater cabanas, where you actually walk out onto the dock. There's even a little slide on there. And then, of course, there even is an infinity pool on the actual island piece of itself. And that's not to be confused with the adults-only Hideaway Beach Club, which is another beach now on the other side of the island that had just recently opened within the last year or so, where it is adults only, as mentioned, but this will cost anywhere between $50 to $100 on average or more. Hideaway Beach Club really leans into that party atmosphere too, with a swim-up bar and a large infinity pool and always very loud music, of course, to complete that party atmosphere. But going over to Ocean Cay, one thing you're not going to find here is having to pay to go into some of these beaches. The first beach that you'll probably come across when you get to Ocean Cay is going to be Lighthouse Beach, which is, of course, the famous one where the ship is literally docked right there. You're out swimming in the water right in front of the ship. Very good photo opportunities, a very aesthetically pleasing beach. And it's even a great location for sunsets, which is something that you're not going to get on Coco Cay, because Royal Caribbean doesn't stay there past usually 5 p.m., whereas MSC usually will offer some late night stays and even some overnights. In the center, we have the Ocean Cay Lagoon, which is another one of the beaches, but uniquely found in the center of the island. And there is one little asterisk that comes with my comment earlier about there is no paid beaches like there is with Coco Cay. Here on Ocean Cay, we have the Ocean House Beach, but this is reserved only for those who are staying in the yacht club with MSC. So only people who pay extra to be in the yacht club actually get access to this. So if your goal from this private island experience is to have a relaxing and very quiet beach day, I think Ocean Cay will win this category. But what is there to do other than sit on a beach in both of these islands? So we're going to move on to the activities that we find here. In Coco Cay, of course, is going to dominate this with the Thrill Water Park, with the tallest water slide in North America being Daredevil's Peak. And of course, there are about 13 plus water slides included in that water park alone. We'll also find the zipline course and the Up, Up, and Away helium balloon ride. Those do come at an extra cost, so on a budget perspective, that's kind of a downside, but they are really cool experiences. But on the free side of things, we have Splashaway Bay if you're cruising with your young ones or any young family members. That is a free option. They can hang out and play around in the little kids' water park. And then there is Oasis Lagoon with a giant swim up bar. It's essentially just a family friendly and all ages experience similar to what we would get in the Hideaway Beach Club, of course, but there are going to be kids around. On the other end of the spectrum, there are no thrills to be found in Ocean Cay other than maybe the jet skis, if you want to consider those a thrill. Whereas there's more of a connection with the ocean and more of a focus on the ecosystem here with Ocean Cay, as they even have their own little museum or MSC Foundation Marine Conservation Center. So it's a really cool little facility that's right off the dock there that you can kind of check out everything that they do with the MSC Foundation. But going back to, as I mentioned, there are jet skis and there is even kayaks and paddleboards, along with some snorkeling, kind of your basic thing with just about any beach experience. Although CocoCay does a little bit of both, it's really thrills versus chills when it comes to comparing these two islands. When it comes to pool offerings and the private islands, this is kind of an easy one, as with CocoCay, we have huge pools, including Oasis Lagoon that I've mentioned earlier. That is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. Massive swim up bar, lots of entertainment and live music. It is a very, very good time. There also is the same thing over in the adults only Hideaway Beach Club with the infinity pool and a swim up bar. Whereas in comparison with Ocean Cay, there is no pool. The closest thing that we're going to find to a pool in Ocean Cay is going to be that lagoon area in the center that I mentioned earlier. So if you like to swim in a pool rather than out in the ocean, maybe you don't like the fish or something like that or the wildlife, CocoCay might be the better option for you. Food and drinks are also a very important part of each of these islands because, of course, you're on a cruise. You could not possibly go hungry. Throughout CocoCay, they have the snack shacks, which are home to those legendary mozzarella sticks and chicken sandwiches that I always love to get. Those are my personal favorites. We also have the Chill Grill, Skipper's Grill, and, of course, bars all throughout the island. And then we also have Jack's Shack, where you can actually purchase food items a la carte, and, of course, the buffets that are found throughout the island. And even with the adults only Hideaway Beach Club, there is also a snack shack within there, and even a pizza place where it's pretty much similar to Sorrento's, which is, of course, Royal Caribbean's onboard pizza place. On the Ocean Cay side of things, we have 2 buffets found throughout the island, along with some smaller snack options similar to the snack shacks. But with Ocean Cay, they're actually food truck options or food truck styles, which I personally really like. At those food trucks, you'll find things like burgers, chicken sandwiches, fries, and those simple little snack options. When it comes to drinks, there are plenty of bars throughout both of these islands, and one thing that is great with both of these in comparison to the other competition being Celebration Cay and Great Stirrup Cay is that if you are somebody that purchases the drink package while on board your cruises, the alcohol drink package will actually convert out into both of these islands. That is not the case with Carnival or Norwegian Cruise Line, who do not honor those drink packages out on their private islands. So big bonus points go to MSC and Royal Caribbean, both for doing what makes sense. Most people tend to overlook the nightlife aspect of these private islands because, one, Royal Caribbean always leaves by 5 p.m., so in the terms of nightlife, there is none on Coco Cay, whereas this is where MSC shines with Ocean Cay, as some of their ships will stay close to midnight or even overnight and will even host parties out on the island after dark. To my knowledge, they are the only cruise line that offers this on any of the private islands, so it is a very unique portion to Ocean Cay with MSC. And the lighthouse at Ocean Cay is one of the iconic little photo op places for this. You may not see it during the day, but that lighthouse is actually covered with LED lights. So when your ship is staying late or even overnight, they will actually do a LED light show on that lighthouse, which is super neat and really cool to experience. And I have to say, out of my personal experience, that is one of the key factors that made Ocean Cay stand out when it comes to my personal experiences with all of these private islands. So when it comes to nightlife, MSC definitely wins here. And I think this is one thing that I have been saying that Royal Caribbean should be doing for the longest time now, is that Royal Caribbean should be really trying to stay overnight, or at least offer a few cruises that stay overnight in Coco Cay. I couldn't imagine how cool it would be to experience the Thrill Water Park at night, or even experience maybe an after hours type vibe in the Hideaway Beach Club. But let's talk about pricing because, of course, when you're going on a cruise, sometimes budget goes out the window, but sometimes you have to kind of pay attention to it because they do tend to add up by the end of your cruise. With Coco Cay, a lot of things are an upcharge with that island, and I think that personally is one of its biggest downfalls, as a thrill water park can vary between $50 all the way up to $150. The zip line is hovering usually around $100. Same with the balloon. Even the Coco Beach Club access, I've been able to secure access to it for about $40 at the lowest, but I've seen it going for well over $100. The cabanas on South Beach, not even the ones that go out over the water, just the regular ones that sit on the beach, those cabanas can go upwards of $1,200 for just the day, and of course, even higher for those that are actually out over the water. But of course, as mentioned, the drink package is included with both of these islands, but with Ocean Cay, you're not getting a water park. In Ocean Cay, you also do have those jet skis that I mentioned earlier. Those are actually a little bit cheaper than what you'll find in Coco Cay, which are about $120 per person, at least if you're driving. Whereas in Ocean Cay, it's $175, but that's for a driver and a rider. And of course, all of these beaches are included within your cruise fare with no limited access other than the North Beach that is exclusive to those MSC Yacht Club members, unlike with Royal Caribbean where you have the Coco Beach Club or the Hideaway Beach Club where you actually have to pay to access those parts of the island. So the budget-friendly option of these two is definitely going to be Ocean Cay, and that kind of goes for MSC just in general, as their cruise fares even are just significantly lower than what you would pay to go on Royal Caribbean. So with all of that in mind, to wrap it up, which of these two islands is better? Well, in my opinion, it comes down to you and your opinions and what you like. If you don't mind paying a little bit extra while you're on the island, or if you're into those big attractions like Thrill Water Park, or you love giant pools and the swim-up bars, Coco Cay might be more in tune for you. But if you're on the more budget-friendly side and you want a nice, quiet, and natural ocean and beach day experience, or if you even want to sit out on the actual island itself and watch the sunset rather than watch it from the ship, then Ocean Cay is definitely more your vibe. Having actually experienced both of these islands for myself, I have to say that these both are incredible private islands, but in completely different ways. So now I'll turn it over to you guys. Let me know down in the comments below, do you prefer the thrills of Coco Cay, or do you enjoy the chills of Ocean Cay? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you're new to the channel and you're a cruise nerd and you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe down below for all the upcoming content that I have here on this channel. And of course, if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like to let YouTube know that you enjoyed today's video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.